Hello everyone, welcome back. Savert is here, coming back with part 3 of What If Deku Had the Ultimatrix. Now, when we last left off, Deku has just demolished the entrance exam. Every robot there was turning into pieces of garbage and metal just all around the place. As some students were recording this on their phones and they download it on the internet, making all the world know what's just happened in the entrance exam. As after that, and after Izuku get his letter into UA, the next day he goes into UA. Before he goes, his mom telling him, "Izuku, did you get everything ready for your first day on UA?" As Izuku said, "Yes, mom, I got everything ready, you don't have to worry." As she said, "Okay, Izuku." As before Izuku leave, his mom said, "Izuku, you forgot something." As Izuku said, "What did I forget? I'm sure I didn't forget anything." As she said, "This." As she kisses him on the cheek, as she said, "Well, be careful out there, okay, Izuku?" As he said, "Thanks, mom. Okay, I'm leaving." As she said goodbye, as he goes into UA. And when he finally in the front of UA, he sees a couple of transporters in the front of the gate. As he said, "Excuse me, can you go out of the way? I want to get in." As they look behind and they see the white hair kid with the red eyes, they see in the video on the internet how he transformed into way big. That's what we of course we're gonna call it, but that creature, blue and gray creature with red eyes, as they all go in directly at him, starting asking him, "Are you Izuku Midoriya?" As he said, "Yes, why are you asking?" As they said, "Can you tell us more? Can you tell us what is your quirk and how you even transform into that big gray and blue creature in the entrance exam?" As Izuku, he's dumbfounded, doesn't know what he said, and he answered, "What? Okay, first of all, how do you know about my transformation quirk? And second of all, how do you even know that I'm turned into way big?" As they say, "So you call it way big?" As he said, "Yes, no. Why are you asking? Why do you even care? And how do you even know?" As they say, the internet, of course, the video that show you transforming into the way big, as you call it, has been blowing up the internet, is everywhere. Everyone saw it. As he said in his mind, "Internet, does someone recorded what I was doing in the entrance exam? Oh man, this would be pain." As Izuku said, "Well, I don't have any interest in answering any of your questions, so please get out of my way. I don't want to get late on my first day." As they said, "No, we want to know answer. We need answers. Can you please answer our questions? We won't go out of your way until you answers it." As he said, "Please get out of my way." As they block his way even more, as he said, "Fine. You want the hard way? Then it will be the hard way." As Izuku showed the ultimatrix, as he flipped the dial and transformed into Wrath. As after the red light cleanup, what they see is this creature with big claws and very disturbing look. As he starts to scream at them, the sound is just hurting their ears. It's like 1,000 of lions screaming at the same time, and they just run from fear. And after that, Deku de-transformed into his human form and said, "I need to learn how to control my anger. I wasted an energy on those. I need to stop using energy, not randomly transforming is really knowing some time. As he continue going to UA and as he walk in, everyone in the school just looking at him, and he said in his mind, that many people actually watched that video. I need to watch it later to understand what happened. As he find the 1A class, as he opened the door, as he sees Katsuki Pakugo and Tenya Ida, as Tenya Ida scolding, talking with Katsuki Pakugo, saying how he's just disrespecting the school by putting his legs on the table, as he's just. Bakugo said, "Stop annoying me. And why are you so annoying? Does someone hit you on the head? This no, please. Uh, God damn it." As he said, "Shut up. I don't care whatever you say. I'm gonna do whatever I want when I want it." And he looked at the door, seeing Izuku Midoriya, as he said in his mind, "Shit, he's here. Of course he'll be here. Well, that means I will have to show him how really strong I am and how weak he is. I'll put him back in his place." As Izuku looks at Baku and say, "Great, he's here. Of course he's here." Even after that, he would be in UA after all. That was his dream. Well, at least I get a chance to show him that he will never beat me. Not anymore. As Ida looks at Izuku and rushes at him, saying, "I'm really sorry for everything that I did to you in the entrance exam, and that you are proving yourself a lot better student than me. And I'm really sorry for everything, for screaming at you and for touching you and touching you from behind and disturbing you from doing your best." As Izuku said, "Why are you? It's really cool. I'm not mad at you at all." As he said, "Well, I thank you for accepting my apologies. My name is Tenya Ida. And you, I didn't get the chance to know your name. Can you tell me?" Izuku Midoriya," Izuku answered, as from behind someone touching his shoulder, and his mind said, "Why everyone touching my freaking shoulder?" As he turned around and sees Uraka, as she said, "Hey, you got into UA, great." As he said, "Oh, you too, huh? Well, congratulations." As she said, "Of course I'm gonna get into UA. I won't get a. Of course, after all, we have a deal, aren't we?" As Izuku said, remembers the deal that he gave into Uraka, saying that he will gonna tell her about his quirk if she gets into 1A. As he said, "Well, you win the challenge. I will tell you later, after the first class." As and then they hear a sound from behind the door, as the sound of coming from a sleeping bag, saying, "If you are here to make friends, then you should leave." As they look behind it, they see a man with a long black hair and a sleeping bag. As he stands up, saying, "Welcome, student. My name is Shota Aizawa, your homeroom teacher." As Izuku, after sitting in his seat, as he's in his table, he said, "Oh, Eraserhead. Great." As everyone said, "Wait, Eraserhead? Do you the race hero?" As Izuku said, "Yeah, the race hero is much of an underground hero. He doesn't show too much on the screens." As Aizawa said, "Well, I didn't expect someone to actually know me. Anyways, As he gets a clothes out of his sleeping bag and he say, wear this gym uniform and meet me outside. As Uraka said, but aren't we gonna introduce ourselves or something? And before Shota Aizawa answer, Izuku stand up and take the sorry for pausing. I just forgot the name of the clothes. What they call it? The gym uniform. Get the gym uniform out. The gym uniform out of Shota, out of Aizawa's hand as he leaves. As Aizawa said, "Well, you should follow this kid right now. Well, I'm gonna kick your ass and get you out of here by force." As they all leave, as they follow Deku into the changing room, as well Izuku in the changing room. Um, red hair kids looking at Izuku saying, "Yo, man, what kind of training do you do? I'm sure it's so manly." As he said, I'm training always in the forest, lifting rocks, punching trees, things like that. As he said, you don't go into gym or anything? Izuku said, no, I only count on my own strength and sometime I even swim in the river to make my lungs more stronger since my quirk needs a lot of stamina. As he said, that's so manly. Hey, my name is Kurashima. What's yours? As he said, Izuku Midori. Nice to meet you, Kurashima. As Izuku, after changing into his gym uniform, he hears the sound of the purple hair kid that he's very short. That he said, "Hey guys, look what I found! I found a little hole in the wall for the girls' changing room." As Izuku hears this, he looks at the kid. As he goes into him, he looks angry at him. As he said, "Don't do it." As Meneda said, "Try to stop me." As Izuku in his mind said, "Well then, I don't know why everyone always loves to go by the hard way." As after he closed his closet, he start flipping the dial of the ultimatrix, transforming into Ghost Freak. As the red light engulfs Deku, as after the red light clean, everyone look at this ghost creature with upside down head as with big claws, and they just really scared in general. They step back as Meneda didn't notice anything. He was just peeking. As Izuku from behind said, "Are you gonna stop? Or should I make you?" As Meneda said, "Man, can you leave me alone?" As he turned around seeing this creature with a upside down head and big claws, and he's just doesn't know what he say as Izuku start laughing. "What's wrong? Scared?" As Meneta just very scared, is he don't even know how to talk. He forgot even how to talk. As he said, "You know, this is not my scariest form. Do you want to know the other forms that are really scary?" As he just doesn't talk. As Izuku continues saying, "I can't transform into even scarier than this form. If you doesn't want to see the other horrible things that I can transform into, then stop looking through the wall." As Izuku put his hand on Manada's head and throw him in the back. As he transformed, as he pressed the dial on his chest of the ultimatrix, as he transformed into heat blast, not the ultimate, the normal heat blast. As he put his hand on the hole in the wall, as he started melting the hole until it's closed up. As on the other side of the wall, Jiro was listening to the conversation behind the wall as she told the girls everything that happened, and they asked her, "Did you saw what he actually transformed into?" He said no, but from what I was hearing there and how he was talking, I really don't want to know. As they leave the room, as Izuku de-transform again into his human form, as he in his mind said, I'm really wasting a lot of power on these random events. Need to stop. But he was so annoying. As he leaves the changing room, as everyone goes down, and as Aizawa said, "Well, Izuku Midoriya, may you come forward, since you got the highest score in the entrance exam. You shall throw the ball first." As Izuku comes forward, as Bakugo said, "What? He's got the first place? How?" As he said, as Shoto Aizawa said, "Well, he was strong as he got like the 759 villain points and 60 hero points." As they all shocked about this, how much points that he got, and Aizawa said, "Well, Aizawa threw the ball into Izuku, telling him to throw it as hard as he can. He say, and you can use any transformation you want. I don't really care. Just try to not hold back." As Izuku nods, as he get the ball in his right arm, and his right arm starts to transform into Heat Blast right arm, as Aizawa said, then you don't need to fully transform to use your abilities." As he said, "Yes, I don't really need to waste that much energy on a full transformation." As he lays back his hand, as he threw the ball, as a beam of red fire engulfing the ball, breaking the sound barrier, getting him into 2,569 meters. As everyone is shocked as this, how high that he threw the ball was just one hand. As Aizawa said, "Impressive, but I know you didn't use your full power." As Izuku said, "What do you mean?" As Aizawa said, "I can't see. Don't play dumb kid. If you said that it doesn't use much energy when you transform a part of your body. I expect that you also doesn't use your full power in the half transformation. Am I right?" As Izuku said, "Well, you're right." As Aizawa said, "Well, if you didn't use your full energy, I will have to kick you out of UA." As he said, "Well, then let me go to the principal office by my legs." As Aizawa said, "Wait, are you really gonna just leave because you don't want to use your full power?" As he said, "Well, after that video, that guy that download a video for me in the entrance exam on the internet, I'm sure a lot of schools will gonna want me. A lot of hero schools will gonna want me to get in. if they saw the video. As Aizawa is a little bit annoying, saying, fine, just at least try. As he said, I'm just half transformation because I'm trying to keep my power into other the more important things. As he said, okay. As Izuku de-transformed his hand as it back to normal, and while his hand come back to normal, he's left his right sleeve of his hand burned down, as showing his forearm because it's burned because of the heat. As Mina said, and if you don't know who's Mina, it's basically that alien girl with the pink hair and pink skin. As she say, well, this looks so fun. As Aizawa looked at her and said, fun. Then how about I increase the amount of fun that we're gonna have here? The last place, the one that get last place, and this I forget what it's called. Quirk apprehension test will gonna get expelled out of UA. As Uraka said, that's not fair. You can't just expel us on the first day. As he said, fair. This world is not fair, and we heroes, our job is to at least make some things fair in this world. So if you can't do your best, then how about you just leave right now? As after that, they continue the apprehension test. Izuku and the speed test, he transformed his legs into accelerate legs, getting 3 seconds and 0.23 seconds in general. As and this power and the what they call it, the power test, the punching bag, you know it. He is transform his hand into ultimate humongousaur hand, as it get a little bit big, but at the same and more strong, not the big as the normal hand of the ultimate humongousaur hand would be, but getting him first, but enough power to break the machine. As in the end, after everyone throws the ball, Bakugo gets angry because he couldn't even compare to Izuku, as he just got 650 meters. As Aizawa said, you didn't use your full power, Ansha. As he said, yes. As Aizawa said, may I ask why? As Bakugo answered by, it might in the 10 months before I got into an accident, which make, as he looking at Izuku, as Izuku just smiling at him, which make him even more furious, which is Bakugo continue saying that after that accident, the doctor told me to not use my quirk very much, or at least not use it to its full potential, so it might break my arms. As Aizawa understand, and after everything, Aizawa showed them all the scores, as Izuku gets first place. As after that, Mineta where Invisible Girl gets expelled out of UA. And before you asks me, I know A lot of people hate Mineta, but to be honest with you, let's think it logically. Mineta can do much more than the invisible girl can, so I think he at least gets not the last but the second last place, as I really hate him, don't ask me, but I just want to put some comedy in this. As after this, the invisible girl get expelled. As the day of the you the day of UA ended, as Izuku come back into his house, saying, "Mom, I'm home." As he look around, saying, "Mom, are you home?" As she sees a paper on the table saying, it's from Inko saying, "Izuku, I might be late today in work, so uh, don't worry about me. I'll come later in the night." As he said in his mind, "Well, okay. I wish she'd be good, and this will be a good chance for me to start my vigilante work." As Izuku goes to his room getting his black and red jacket, and he actually starts using a mask, as this is the mask that Izuku wears in his vigilante work, the one with the two red lines. As Izuku jumps out of the window, running on the roof, using accelerate legs, transforming his legs into accelerate form so he can run on the roof as fast as possible. As he in the last few days, the vigilante that called Ultimate, they actually think that he's not just one person, but actually an organization of vigilantes. He was doing much more work, and that's made the total the crime rate get down by 5%, which is actually, maybe you look at it, it's not that much, but it's actually pretty big. One person could, if one person can make this much difference, it's a really big deal. As he's running on the roof, running from roof to roof, as when he looked down into an alleyway, he sees into the street, he sees his mom. And as she working in her office, as he said, my mom's still working. I wish she could stop working that much. She's hurting herself." As Izuku continued jumping on the roof from roof to roof, as his eyes caught something in an alleyway. He find a guy with black clothes and red eye, but not like his eyes. One left red eye with the inside of it being black, and he have a white hair just like him. As he said, "Hey, what are you doing?" As the guy with the one eye black with the red eye and white hair stand up, as he turn around and look at Izuku, or Ultimate as he call himself in the vigilante name, as the guy is wearing a mask, a black mask looking like a human mouth. As he said, "Who are you?" As the guy answered with, "Who are you?" As Izuku, Ultimate I will call it for now, as Ultimate answer, "I ask you first, answer my question. And what are you doing?" At Izuku looks behind the guy, as he see a dead body of a man that he was a lot of blood everywhere, and he said, and he looked at the guy, seeing his hand filled with blood. As he, in the last few weeks, he heard about a killer running down the street. He was actually searching for him. He called everyone call him Ghoul. And if you know what I'm going with this is actually Ken Kaneki from Tokyo Ghoul. As he said so, you are the human eater, as they call you, Ghoul, aren't you? As Ken, I'm gonna call it for now. He said, well, you humans call me Ghoul, but my real name is Ken. As Ultimate said, well, Ken, too bad your days has ended. As Izuku transformed his left hand into a heat blast arm. As he said, do you have any last things to say before you die? As Kaneki start using his Kagane, as a four tendrils come from his back, all pointing at Izuku. As he said, I was going to say the same thing for you, Ultimate. As Kaneki starts rushing at Izuku, as Izuku, before Kaneki gets very close to him, he throws a wall of fire in front of his face. And then he jump on the wall using wrath, what they call it, agilities and parkour skills. As he's jumping on the walls, he say, shit, this guy's really fast, faster than I thought. This might be actually a challenge this time. After that, Kaneki using his Kagane jump through the wall of fire, throwing an attack at Izuku with his Kagane. As Izuku throw his fire at Kaneki, as he actually burned two of the tentacles that come from his back, as he said, let's see how you will gonna do with just two of your things. What do you call them anyway? As Izuku looks at him, Kaneki starts regenerating his two lost tentacles, as he said, first of all, that won't work. Second of all, I call it Kagune. As Ultimate said, good name. As they start rushing each other, Izuku turning his left arm into Wrath arm, which is giving his claws to wrap through Kaneki. It's really hard to say. Kaneki tendrils. As he cut another one, as Kaneki throw another attack with his other tentacles at Izuku. As Izuku throw his fire from his right arm at the tentacles. And then the third one burning two of the tentacles. At the last one, slash Izuku's hand, which is make him go back a little bit. And after that, he looks at his right arm, which is a little bit scratched, but not that much, saying it as he's saying in his mind. Then if looks like that heat blast magma is like a shield to him. This is good to know. I need to use it more often. As Kaneki starts rushing back at Izuku, throwing punches and kicks because he's waiting for his ca- conic tendrils to come back. As he starts throwing punches and kicks, Izuku's dodge and starts slashing his Kanaki's left hand, as Kanaki's left hand being slashed. As when it's being slashed, Kaneki using his other hand grabbing to Izuku as he bites into his neck. At Izuku after this, he screams in pain and throw fire into Kaneki's face, which is burn down the mask that he wears, showing as two of them go back a little bit as Izuku as keep in mind that Izuku is actually still wearing his mask. This mask, if you forgot, as he continue, two of them go back a little bit behind, and they start huffing and puffing, tired, as Izuku on his head said, "Ouch, I'll have to use it." As Izuku takes out uh, his ultimatrix, as he transform into one of his newest transformation, which is goo, as the red light engulf Izuku as he. After that, Kaneki say in his mind, looking around, saying, "Where did that guy go?" Well, they give me time to focus on regeneration. As Kaneki regenerate his 4 tendrils and he's still looking around, he doesn't see Izuku anywhere or ultimate in this right now, as he said, he might be ran off. Good, let me come back to continue my meal. As something drips on his left shoulder as he's looking at it, as some acid starting to melt through his skins ouch, as he looks up, saying a ghoul-like creature sticking to the wall as he jumps on him, as Kaneki dodges the attack as he throws his tentacles at the ghoul-like creature, throwing his tentacle at the glue-like creature as they pierce through him as he's in mind. Let's see how you're gonna recover from this. As he gets back, as he starts feeling something in his tentacles, as he gets them back, as they look really burned and then they fall off in front of him. He tried to regenerate them, but the acid start to, you know how you when put a fire in the wound in your hand or your body and it start to close up. The same thing happened to here, as he said, "Shit, I can't regenerate. I'll need more time to regenerate this." As Izuku said, "Well, let's see how you gonna defeat me now." As Izuku start jumping at Kaneki as Kaneki tried dodging barely, as he start to get weaker and weaker since he didn't eat a lot since the last month. Because he's not really that much of big of eater. He eats just one body every month. As he starts thinking in his head, "I'm getting weaker. I need to eat something right now." As he looking at the body of the dead man on the ground, as Izuku looks behind, "What are you looking at?" As he sees the body and he says in his mind, "He's getting weaker. But why is he looking at this body?" As Kaneki starts rushing at the body, as before he goes, Izuku throw an acid at the body, making it melt away, as he said, "You are eating human flesh, aren't you?" Is that something to do with your quirk make you stronger or something? Asked Kaneki, looking at him angry, without his mask, of course, and his one red eye. And he starts, you, I'm gonna... And Izuku said, what you gonna do? You're gonna just die right here. Monster like you don't even deserve to die. As before Izuku could jump at the creature, at Kaneki, a fire from behind starting to come at them. As it's Izuku go back a little bit as he said, damn, this lady hurts. Maybe I'm good but now, but it's really hurt. I'm not... Anyway, as he looks behind, as he see the number 2 hero Endeavor, and on his side his homeroom teacher Shoto Aizawa, and he said, shit, I need to leave now. I didn't get the chance to kill this guy, but they were gonna get it anyway, because he's weak now. As Kaneki couldn't dodge in the good time, as he fall on his knees on the ground unconscious. As Endeavor and Aizawa goes to him, Aizawa using his scarf to, of course, making him not able to move, and then putting the quirk cancelling devices on his hand. As Izuku go through the door, through a wall, since he's a Izuku, he can go, of course, through a little spaces. As Aizawa said, it must be someone that he was fighting here. As Endeavor said, how do you know? As Aizawa answered by saying, look at the place. As they look around, saying, some through places burn not from Endeavor fire, but a little bit less, and saying some scratches on the wall and some slashes, and some even acid, as they say. Endeavor said, do you think is that ultimate vigilante or something? As Aizawa said, I'm not sure, but so far someone like the only one in my head that I can imagine doing something like this is him. As he say, anyway, I'm gonna get him one day. Once he show his face, he will gonna be just another villain in the prison. As Izuku standing on a roof, making sure they don't see him, as he's listening to their conversation. As he said in his mind, just try me. As he and then go back into his human form, as Aizawa turn his head around, seeing a little red light from a nearby place. He's saying, looking around, saying, searching for the red light again, but he doesn't find it, saying, is this my imagination? My eyes really hurt and I'm really tired. As he said to Endeavor, okay Endeavor, let's get this ghoul out of here. As his Endeavor said, don't tell me what to do. As they take Kaneki out, as Izuku, while he's still jumping on the roof, from roof to roof, in his human form, while he of course still wearing the mask, he's look at the street, saying his mom will gonna come back home soon. As he see his mom, he said in his mind, shit, I need to go back fast. But before he do that, five guys approaching Inko, telling her to give us her money. As she said, please, I don't have anything. Please leave me alone. As they pushing her inside another alley, away from any cameras or any people eyes they might still in the night. As they pushing her inside, as they say, give us your money or you are a dead woman right now. As she said, please leave me alone. I don't really have anything. Take this. Just see. Look. As she give him her bag, as they look inside it, they don't find any money. As they shut. As the mugger three say, "Well, boss, what we gonna do now?" As he said, "Well, we're gonna kill her, of course." As he turned around, putting the gun in front of her face. But before he can shoot, a crystal like a little diamond crystal. What am I saying? A little blue diamond piercing his hand as he screams, "Ah, my hand! Who did this?" As he looks up, as he see the famous vigilante ultimate, as he jumps down in front of the woman, as she's basically his mom, as he say, "You done the biggest mistakes in your lives." And they say, it's ultimate. We have to leave. As he, before they can leave, he's using his speed of accelerate, come in front of them. As he make a wall of crystal with his right arm being the arm of Diamond Head. And then he said, "Well, I'll make sure you pay for every second that you was thinking, for everything you were gonna do to her." As they say, "Please leave us alone. We just, please leave us. Take everything we got. We don't take it. Just spare our life." As he said, "You should have think of that before starting hurting people in my city." As he throw a crystal on the one of the five guys, as he killing him with the crystal. As the other four starting using their quirks. The first one have a strength quirk, the second one have a claws quirk that he can make claws come out of his hand. The third one have a spider sense quirk, and the fourth one have a sound quirk that he, every time he scream very high. His sound looks really high, that way he don't talk much. As they starting rushing at him, saying "Die!" as Izuku as ultimate, and then jumping at them, turning his left hand into feedback arm, as he start absorbing nearby the electricity that's inside the alley from like little the what they call it, the little I forgot what is it. He start generally collecting any energy of electricity around him, since when he let me tell something a little. Let's stop for a little bit and make something. How can I say it? When he using something like big chill or heat blast, the heat and the thing that he take out is made out of his energy, as this is making him lose more energy. But when he transform into feedback, he's absorbing electric energy and direct the and throw it again, and oh, I'm really tired right now. I need to go to sleep, but not before I finish this. As when he absorbed the energy, he absorbed energy which doesn't make him lose as much as when he use heat blast or big chill or any other form, as he absorbing the electricity around him. As he start as when he absorbed the energy around him, he he did transform his right arm of Diamond Head, turn it into whoa, what I actually forgot what his name was. Overflow. As he start throwing water at the villains, as it's not very how can I say it, very strong hits. It's just to push them back and make them fall. As they say, what this water will gonna do to us? For how much you was always killing people, you actually doesn't look that strong. As he said, just, oh, who said I was trying to kill you with my water? As he left up his left hand, which is feedback arm for now, as he starts shooting the electricity on the water, which is making all the four of them being electrocuted alive. As the villains screams in pain and just screaming with the loudest as possible. As after he's done, and he just continue doing this, he doesn't stop absorbing more energy, throwing more water. He just electricitating them as much as possible, making it slowly and painfully, because this is his mom. He won't just let it go slide that easily. As Inko watching all of this, as she's in horror, and she said, screams, stop doing this. As he stopped, as the four muggers fall dead on the ground, as he de-transform his hand, and he's still wearing his mask, of course. And an extra thing, he actually using a sound changer on his mask have a sound changer to make his voice unknown to his friend or his mom in this situation. As he said, I'm sorry that you had to watch this. As she said, why are you doing this? You have a very powerful quirk. Why don't you use it for good? As he said, I'm using it for good. As she said, this is not good. You're just killing people, even if they are villains. You are killing them. As he said, those villains, normal heroes won't give them the right punishment. They deserve to die for hurting others. If you just throw him in prison, they will just gonna run off and start doing their work again. Killing them is much easier, and this just fixed the problem. As she said, this is not fixing a problem. It's just killing. You are not. If you continue doing this, you are just not better than any one of them. As he said, it might be harsh, but it's something that someone need to do. As she said, my son once told me that no one deserved to die such a horrible death, not even villains. He always believes that everyone have a good inside of them, even if they are bad. They might have families, friends, people that care actually for them. And he want to be a hero, a great hero indeed, and I will always support him. Then please, at least try think about this. As Izuku shocked from hearing this, and he's in his mind saying, damn it, why did I have to say things like this? Stupid idiot. As he said, I will gonna think about this. As she said, okay, and thank you for saving me. as his ultimate said, no problem. And then he throw her back to her and say, here, this is your bag. Come back safe to your house. I'm sure your son is right now very worried about you. As she said, thank you again, as she leaves off. As Izuku's still in the alleyway, as he seeing his mom leave, as he look at the dead bodies on the ground, as he look behind him, taking off his mask, start cheering up a little bit, saying, God damn it, why am I such an idiot? His mind, he continues saying, she might be right. She, she wants me to become a hero while I am doing just running around killing people. As he's starts rethinking what he's doing, saying, what am I doing is actually the right thing or what? As he fall down, sitting, laying his back on a wall, sitting down, he looking at his mask in his hands and seeing the ultimatrix in his hand, left arm, saying, am I using this power in the right way? As he shocked his thoughts off, as he said, no, I'm doing the right way. All the heroes are just fakes. They just doing for fame and glory. As he continued, I need to go back now before she get worried about me knowing that I didn't come back to the house. As Izuku puts up his mask again and his hoodie, as starting using as he want to jump off, but he's like, when he will try to jump, he's falling his face as he, ouch, what as he's looking at the ultimatrix, as the ultimatrix is beeping with a quiet sound, which until it's turned into just pure black, as he's saying, great, looks like I ran out of energy. I'll have to run to my house now. Good thing I know a shortcut. As he starts running to his house, back to his house, but from far away, a guy wearing a red and black clothes with a very black hair and a lots of knife on his body and a katana on his back, saying, well, looks like this ultimate guy have some family issues. I wish he don't stop doing this, because he's actually a true hero. Maybe not all the people know that, but he's better than any heroes that I see in my life. I would even compare him to All Might. As this guy starts running around the roof, just as he Ultimate was doing, killing fake villains, and in general, killing them and make sure they only the true heroes left. Which this guy is basically, as we all know him, Stain. As Izuku come back to his house from his windows, throwing his jacket and his mask, putting it in a place where he hide it. And if you know, ask where he's hiding it. He's not hiding it in his closet or something. He's not an idiot. He actually got hiding it in the same metal box that you find the ultimatrix in it from a long time ago. as he put it in the box, as he hear wo, wo, the door knocking, as he come to this door, say, I'm coming. As he opened the door, saying, "Hey mom, you get too late. What's happened? Does something happen to you?" As he's basically lying. As she said, "No, Izuku, everything's fine. I just ran up with a couple of villains that tried to steal me." As he said, "What? How did you run? Did heroes come and save you?" As she said, "No, that ultimate guy, the one, the vigilante." As he said, "Yes, he's actually the one that saved me." As Izuku answered, thank God." As she said, "Are you happy that he saved me?" Izuku answered, "Well, I'm happy that you saved, and I'm thankful for him for saving you." As she said, "But, well, let's forget this for now. Anyway, do you eat?" As Izuku said, "No, not actually. I was waiting for you." As she said, Izuku. "Well, you can sit down. I will gonna make something to eat." As Izuku said, No, please let me. I will gonna cook this time. You need to rest." As she said, "Are you sure?" As he said, "I'm really sure. It's not that hard after all." As she said, "Well," smile at him, said, "Well, okay, Izuku. I will change my clothes and wait for you." And he said, "Okay, mom." As after that, Izuku make the dinner for his mom and for himself. As he put the dinner in front of his mom, as saying, "Voila! As you love it, mom. Your favorite meal." As she said, Izuku." As she starts eating, as she actually impressed of how delicious the food is. And she said, "Wow, Izuku, I didn't know that you know to cook that well." As he said, "Not a big deal. It's just I have a lot of free time." As she said, "Well, okay, let's end our food." As Izuku said, "Okay, mom." And after they end their food, they go back to sleep. And this is where I'm gonna end it off, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment down below telling me how do you think the story is going on so far, as Savard was here.